Hi, I'm Firas, and welcome back to BrandBucket Academy. In this episode, we're diving into the creative side of entrepreneurship, how to generate business ideas that actually have potential. Margot Bushnaq, founder and CEO of BrandBucket, shares practical advice on overcoming creative blocks, recognizing opportunities in your everyday life, and building ideas that align with who you are. Whether you're just starting or looking for your next big idea, this episode will help you unlock your creative process and take the first step towards success. Let's jump in. All right. So in our next segment, we're going to be talking about how to come up with a business idea.
Okay.
Let's talk about unlocking creativity. Why do you think so many people struggle to come up with a business idea?
Because I think everyone is imagining that their idea is the end product. What I mean by that is most big companies that you know now did not start out in the founders' minds to be what they are now. They had one very particular problem to solve or one very particular product to sell, and the growth happens organically, and everyone thinks that the idea needs to encompass the end product. And that's really not the case. An idea is an idea when it resonates with customers. So you should be, if you're taking a year to start a business, you should have at least one idea a day. Sit down, just be creative, pick an industry that you have a connection to or you think that can be improved or that you have experience in, and just off the cuff, imagine a product. And just sit down as if you are building it, flush it out. And if it goes anywhere, great. Then your next step is to actually run it by a friend. If it doesn't, that's just your idea for the day. It was Jerry Seinfeld who actually made himself sit down every day with a journal and write jokes. And he said most days, nothing was funny. But it was the act of sitting down and actually doing it and stretching the brain that actually gets to the funny. So sitting down every day and trying to think of ways to solve problems in a creative way gets to the creative solution.
Very cool. How do you personally approach the creative process when trying to generate ideas?
I talk to you.
Yeah.
It's just trying to put something into words really clarifies your thoughts.
Yeah.
You can sit by yourself all day long and imagine a perfect business idea, but until you actually try to communicate it in a way that makes sense to someone else, it's really hard to kind of get feedback and instant feedback. And sometimes just the facial expression of the person you're talking to can cut an idea short or make you more excited about it.
Yeah, that's so true. What are some common myths or misconceptions about where ideas come from?
I think everyone thinks that ideas were manufactured when really they're pulled out of the air. The best ideas do come in the shower or when you're least expecting them. I think most companies out there were not, a powwow of people sitting around and saying, how do we start a company that's going to be worth $1 billion in 2 years? It's just someone's random thought, shower thought of like, wouldn't it be cool if?
Yeah. What about coming across a need? Do you feel that is an incubation for an idea?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But unless you can sell it to a customer, it's not an idea.
Still not an idea.
So you have to be able to say to someone, wouldn't it be nice if this existed? And until you get another person to say, yeah, then it's not a business idea.
Yeah, you found your first customer at that point.
Exactly.
What are some methods or exercises someone can use to spark new ideas?
Sitting down with BrandBucket.
Yeah.
That's honestly my favorite use that I hear, and I hear it often. I'll meet people on the street who know when I explain what I do, they know what BrandBucket is, and they say that they use it as an inspiration point. Is they just go to a random page and look at random names, and whatever that evokes, they follow that thread
Yeah.
to see if they could build a business on it.
Yeah.
So it's sitting down, open a dictionary and go to the first word that you see. And what does that word mean to you? And what kind of creative thought does that evoke as far as a business need?
How can people use brainstorming or mind mapping tools to uncover business opportunities?
Those tools can be great once you are a little further down the line of your idea. You need to be able to clarify your thoughts. You need to identify your customers, identify the industry that you're going to be in, identify strengths and weaknesses. But that is down the line. That's phase 2.
Yeah. Okay. Beyond BrandBucket, are there tools, resources, websites, exercises that you recommend for people to help generate ideas?
If there was such a place, and maybe there is, almost a graveyard of failed businesses. Businesses that did exist that shut down. And most of the time, if a business got big enough to be able to shut down, there was a good idea behind it. But maybe their messaging was wrong, or maybe there was something not quite right that didn't resonate with customers, or maybe they just lost interest in it. But if you really are struggling to find, there's no such thing as a unique idea. Whatever idea you've had for a business, there is someone else in this world that's had the same idea. It's just the first person to actually commit to it and build it wins. So there's no harm in looking at where other people have failed.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about observation and research. How can paying attention to daily problems or inefficiencies help someone find a great idea?
All great business ideas solve a problem. So if you actually tune into your own annoyances and your own frustrations, and it is a skill. It's a skill they teach in business school. It's like how to look at a problem in a way that not only solves it for you, but that solves it for millions of people. Is being creative with the solution so that it's not only very easy to build, but it's the most flexible to build. But identifying the frustration is very key. It's just being aware of your own surroundings.
You're dialing up your radar
Yep.
to your own frustrations and being able to record those or be able to go back to them and figure out how can I solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just open your notes app. Keep a note of things that annoy me. Not people, things like processes.
Yeah.
And things.
Sometimes people, yeah.
Sometimes people, if you can.
If you wanna just have your food delivered and dropped off at the door and not have to see somebody, that's one feature in a product that makes it solve a problem. So,
yeah, exactly.
Very cool. How can someone identify gaps in an industry they're already familiar with?
That would be listening to the customers in that industry. Because it will be the customer's frustrations that will lead you to a new product. So if there is an existing industry and you hear someone complain that it isn't going fast enough, or it isn't easy enough, or there's too many steps, then those are ideas right there.
Yeah. Excellent. Personal alignment. Why is it important to align business ideas with your interests or skill sets?
That's very, very important, because if your business takes off, you are in charge of it for 5 to 10 years. This is a big chunk of your life that you are investing, and you need to have interest in it, and you need to believe in it. And your customers can tell when you don't believe in it anymore,
Yeah.
or when you don't care.
Building up on that, I guess, what's the danger of chasing a trendy idea that doesn't match who you are?
Exactly that danger, that you're either going to burn out, or the only reason you're chasing it is for the money, and you will not be fulfilled, and your company won't succeed, and your employees, everyone will see that you're not truly, your heart isn't in it.
Yep. How can someone tell when an idea actually fits them and their lifestyle?
Well, fitting your lifestyle is more building the business to fit your lifestyle. An idea fits you when you flesh out the idea and you know what industry you're going to be in and what your customers are going to be. If you can see yourself being a leader in that area, then it suits you. But for your lifestyle, that's the great thing about being an entrepreneur, is you can build your business around your lifestyle. You can work at night. You can work on a beach. You can do whatever you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the first step. What's one of your favorite personal methods for generating ideas? Your own personal methods?
Turning off the Wi-Fi. I don't know, maybe it's just the kind of person I am and you are, but when we have nothing else to do, we just come up with ideas. So
yeah,
it's what we do. Like, it's just, maybe we get, maybe our radar for sensing frustrations is very high, but we are always talking about, wouldn't it be great if it did this, or if this existed?
Yeah. I love that. Turning off the Wi-Fi. Yeah. What advice would you give to someone who's overthinking the ideation process?
You can't force it. It needs to come to you. So just tune yourself to be open to ideas coming at you.
Yep.
Go explore the world. Walk into a store. Do things, and just be open.
Yep. Be open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is starting their journey, what's the best step they can take today to start discovering ideas?
You definitely don't want the pressure of having to start a business. You need income. You need some source of money. Your idea should not be driven by the fact that you need to eat next month. Ideas should be organic and natural. So do what you need to do to sustain yourself, but then understand that you are an entrepreneur at heart, and you need to wait for the right idea to come to you, and it will.
That's great. A couple of couple of questions to try to maybe play off common beliefs. There's the idea of build something that you're very passionate about versus build something that you're really good at, or you can become really good at. Which one do you believe is the right approach, and why?
Being good at something is a business skill, but being passionate about something is a founder skill. So you can do something that you're very good at for someone else, but if you are the core of the company, you need to be passionate about it.
If you're ready to turn those fresh ideas into reality, the perfect name is just a click away. Visit BrandBucket.com to explore thousands of curated, brandable business names that can help bring your next venture to life. Don't let a great idea sit on the shelf. Start building your brand today. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and join us for more expert insights right here at BrandBucket Academy. We'll see you in the next one.